All right, everybody, welcome back to Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard.
I'm Talon Williams.
And we're here with our good friend Bobby from MagCon. Bobby, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and MagCon?
Well, I started it back a little bit before COVID. I was playing with my stepson, and I got addicted to playing this game called Halo.
Halo's such a good
absolutely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I was playing way too much, way too long. Coming back from work, just looking forward to playing. And after a little bit of time, playing excessively on the sides of the thumbsticks, I started getting these blisters. It was a big deal.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even play anymore. You know, it was almost like I didn't want to tell him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
look, you know, I got a little blister. So I had this blister and I didn't want to play. I couldn't. So I was looking into it, and there was no solutions. And there still isn't. It was basically take a break, you know, do some stretching, and what gamer wants to do that? They just want to get back on the controller, start playing some more games. So.
Yeah, you want to hit them sticks and go.
Yeah, sticks and go.
Absolutely.
So it started with that, and then I did come up with our prototype product, which is called Thumb Glove Pro, and we did that at an E3, and we did really well. But it was just, I call it the dinosaur. It was a bulky thumb glove.
Right.
Had no tip sensitivity, but the concept was there. Basically being able to connect to it and leverage the thumbstick without any down pressure.
Yeah.
So it worked for me, and it was working for people, I call it low-hanging fruit, the ones that do have the, you know, RSI, repetitive stress injury, gamer's thumb, the nickname, and Nintendo thumb. So it worked out for that, but it was just wasn't refined, and it wasn't what it is now.
Yeah. Right.
I did that during COVID.
Right.
Because, of course, we couldn't get out of the house, so
Right.
what's everybody doing now?
Right.
Playing video games.
Just playing video games.
Playing
That's all you
video
can do.
So how'd you come up with the concept of what it is now?
What it is now was during COVID. Basically, I was in the military. I was a ranger, sniper, so I kind of got a little engineer mind in me.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, I appreciate that. So I basically just spent pretty much most of my time R&D in it. And again, it was just the concept of being able to connect to the thumbstick and have just no down pressure. And I realized right there that it was bigger than that. You know,
Right.
my kids were playing with me, and I had some friends playing with me as well, and the performance started to increase.
Right.
Because it's not just about being able to connect to it without the down pressure for the sore thumbs, but once you're playing in the same spot, you're playing from the center connect, you're playing where the games are coded from the center of the thumbstick, you're putting yourself into a one muscle memory position.
Nice.
And if you spend the time to actually watch the pros play, that's what they do. But they were trained to do it. You know, they were trained from other professionals on how to hold the controller ergonomically correct, you know, play from the center of the thumbstick. So I realized right there that it wasn't just low-hanging fruit like myself that were toxic playing and bouncing around the thumbsticks that needed it for the sore thumbs, but there was a bigger market.
Right.
There's a bigger market in the actual performance side of it. So at that point, I started really digging in deep and just R&Ding it down. Came to the open face tip design that we have here, which actually allows you to put it on the thumb and have full sensitivity in your fingers. Because nobody wants to wear a glove. That's why, right?
Right.
That's why nobody was real successful in the gaming gloves.
Right.
You know, even my prototype was just a thumb glove, but it still wasn't full sensitivity. So we went ahead and I designed the tip, which is going to basically be for pretty much every gamer that, you know, wants to not get sore thumbs, kind of preventive maintenance for that, and play better. And from there, I looked into the industry a little deeper and saw that Control Freak had a monopoly on the thumbstick market.
Okay.
Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
I've heard of
I've heard of Control
Okay.
Freak. Yeah.
Yeah, they basically, with no competition out there, they charge you for each controller, each level, low profile, mid profile, high profile. They got about 20-something SKUs.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the plastic clip-ons. And when you put them on, for each controller, it's a different one, they wear and tear your sides down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So ultimately, you're chipping down your thumbstick, and then it doesn't grip anymore, so it comes off.
Yep.
So we went and looked at that and decided to go with a nice silicone model with our magnetic connect to the tips, and we made them universal.
Yeah.
So now, our model basically covers PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Oculus, even most drones. I designed it where pretty much every thumbstick that has a controller, has a thumbstick on it, our covers, our sticky grips are going to fit on it.
Oh, you know, I'm glad you mentioned that. I was at your table, I was at your booth earlier, and somebody came by with a Nintendo 64 controller.
Okay.
just to see if your product would fit on the thumbstick for the Nintendo 64 controller,
Okay.
and it does.
Nice.
So it even goes all the way back to that,
The retro days.
to
Yeah.
the retro gaming days.
Yeah.
So your product,
It,
you say it's
We're recording.
universal, coming from somebody who has used it. I'm telling you, it's 100% universal. It goes retro gaming and forward.
And the handhelds too.
Yes.
yeah, even the
Fits
handheld,
on all
right?
the
Absolutely.
handhelds. It wasn't a hard design. It really wasn't. That's why I kind of believe that the competitors in the thumbstick industry, like Control Freak, designed it without competition to be non-universal. To where
Right.
you'd have to buy one for every controller. And again, ours is a breakaway design. I mean, that's the most unique thing about it, is that when you actually add on the extensions, you're at a low profile right here, 4.5 millimeter with our universal sticky grip.
Right.
Watch this. Now you put on, we call them sniper towers, but
Nice.
they're thumbstick extensions.
Oh.
So now
Right.
you can put those on in play. It's a breakaway design. So people love the idea of being able to actually play and maneuver it around for, like, if they want to do a sniper shot. Now they can take their sniper shot, get their leveraging, but not locked into it for the whole game. Like Control Freak and the other competitors out there, once you clip that sucker on, it's on.
It's on
You can't
until
take
you-
it on.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't change it in play. So our breakaway design allows for that, and racing games. Now, of course, everybody knows that they got convex, concave. Well, we got that covered too. We got the mini snipes. And if you get a real good look at those, you can see it's actually a rim design.
Oh, it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I
So
had
now, yeah, you didn't get a good look at that
got a
one.
good no.
Yeah, it's a rim design. So, and if you see when you put these on, and you can put those on at the low sticky grip or mid or high. So our 6-piece sniper tower set covers every one of their 20 plus SKUs that you got to get for Control Freak.
That's insane, dude. And I'm sure that it makes it a little bit more smoother of a transition from going to maybe, like, if you're playing just, for example, Call of Duty, for example,
Right.
moving from maybe an assault rifle to a sniper rifle during the game. You could be like, yo, I'm switching to sniper. Let me add this on here real
Yeah.
quick. Oh, now I got precision.
Exactly.
You know, that's incredible, man.
You've
That's
nailed
really,
it.
really cool.
You've nailed it. And like I said again, the way it's designed is it's actually a concave and a convex depending on, you know, what your preference is.
Right.
So not only are you going to have the universal sticky grips for every controller, but now you've got all the levels covered from low profile, mid to high, concave to convex in 6 pieces.
That's great. Now, was it real cost inducive for you guys at the beginning stages of trying to create this product?
It was, because I'm a micro entity, small business, you
Right.
know, and I did everything from basically myself and a couple of my partners that helped me out. I did pretty much everything, the designs, the R&D. I own the molds now. I got the trademark patents in. My utility patents getting ready to get issued. You know, we got our website designed. We got all our merchant account services set up. We've sold over 5,000 in less than a year.
That's
We have
crazy.
300 five-star reviews. Our goal was to do, my investors for round 2 were telling me that, you know, like, you need to get 5,000 sold. You're in a proof of concept stage, and get 200 five-star reviews.
Yeah.
My buddy Jason nailed it. We did it in less than a year. 9 months it took him to hit the number, and we've been very successful as far as, you know, doing the events and meeting nice folks like yourselves. So we know we got a great product. It's been proven. We hear about it every day. So now we're ready to go and get more publicity, because we were kind of trying to stay under the radar a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, not getting knocked off without my patent being issued. We're right there to have that. So we're hoping to do more interviews like this.
Yeah.
Get our name out there. Do some commercials. We got a couple of really promising influencers that
Yes.
we met at the shows.
Okay.
That are
Absolutely.
getting ready to help us promote it as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so we're hoping by the end of the summer we're going to have, you know, some real traction going. We can do some commercials. You'll see us pretty much everywhere. Because look, there's definitely a desire and need for our product. If you go back to the original reason why I designed it, just for the people that are suffering right now.
Right.
I mean, there's pro gamers that are making a lot of money, and they're forced to retire because they were in it in the beginning and nobody taught them. You know, it wasn't a big industry, and they got repetitive stress injury. It happens. You know, it's happening with everything. Texting, but it's really happening on the controllers because they're not forgiving. You know, and they're designed to give you the emotions. And you're talking to the most toxic guy on the planet that came up with it, because I was that guy. You know, I was the
Right.
guy, you know, all over the place, and I was getting this with them. But the best part about it is once you've learned how to stay in the middle and you hold it ergonomically correct, and you get your sensitivity to the max insane level, you're playing way better.
Right.
These are just training wheels. That's
Yeah.
the reality. These are training wheels. You're going to see the effects of the other pieces immediately. You want to keep those and work with those all the time when you're playing, if you're playing to win.
Right.
But the tips, once you've got them on, like I don't wear them anymore. To be straightforward, I don't wear them anymore. I talk to people that don't need them, but they love them because they're comfortable. But I just don't wear them. And again, I went all the way 360 with it because I was a toxic guy. But now when I play, I actually play on the Xbox. I hold the controller the way you're supposed to hold it. I play in the center. I don't press down, and I play at the top sensitivity.
Right.
And that's what this does for you. It teaches you how to play, hold it right, win more. That nobody's ever told you, unless you're a pro, you're in the competition. You know what I mean?
That's
Right.
awesome. All right, now we've been talking first-person shooters and everything, but I noticed we have this other little really cool thing over here on the D-pad. Tell us about this option.
All right, Chip. Let me tell you about that because honestly, I'm into the. I believe in the tips, but I'll tell you what. Our biggest seller, our most popular piece, is that right there.
Really.
Now it's not a. It really comes down to just being a great designer.
Right?
Yeah.
It kind of fell into my hands. Actually, my son helped me out with it. Again, 'cause we had a little different design before, but
Okay.
basically, it's a self-adhesive that pops right over any D-pad. We call it the destruction pad.
Okay.
Nice.
I like
Because
that.
It's mainly,
We're recording. It's okay.
it's mainly, it's for every game. Period. I mean, whether you're playing Mario Kart, whether you're playing first-person shooter games, racing games, specifically, however, the fighting games like Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
You're going to love this piece, mainly because once you put it on, you won't ever want it off. Because even if you're just going to be over there bumping it for, like a Mario Kart or something like that, if you're playing first-person shooter, it's the time it's going to save you to go over there and mark it long. You can just bump it. So you get addicted to using that for every game. But
Okay.
you nailed it earlier. It really is for the fighting games because when you put this on, it makes it about 8 times faster because of the design to do your movements, and they're exact.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
See, a lot of the gamers don't want to use, they'd like to use a thumbstick, but because it's not exact and they can't get their move,
Right.
they're forced to go over here and use the D-pad. When you pop on the destruction pad, feel that. I mean, you've already checked it out, but
Yeah, I've already checked it out. But yeah,
the moves are instant and fast.
Yeah.
Let me get that.
It's probably, I don't know. I'm thinking there's probably an 8 millisecond, or I'm sorry, normal is probably an 8 millisecond response. This is 2.
Yeah.
Right.
To 1.5, 2. I mean, you can tell a huge difference. And because of the dome shape, you're not pressing down. You're just rolling with it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is.
And,
And
I'm
it's
not-
smooth too.
Yeah.
Like it's so smooth too. It's like you don't even have to put any extra effort
Right.
into it. That's crazy.
Right. And I gotta be honest, I'm not big into the fighting games.
Right.
I was doing the first-person shooter. I never really played games a lot. Being when I was in high school, it was it was the retro Atari. I loved it, but then I went in the military and then went into business. I really started doing this with my kids, and then I saw a problem and wanted to solve it with a solution.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm learning that it's not just the performance that it gives you. People are complaining more about having to do it, to use their thumb on that because I guess it's a lot of work to be able to make those moves down there.
Right.
Watch this. This is our sniper tower. Boom.
Crazy.
So now when you're doing the fighting games, that's going to turn it into an instant fight stick for you.
Exactly.
And because it's in the shape of like an original D-pad, you could also use that on even older systems like a Super NES or a regular
Exactly.
Nintendo. That's crazy.
Yeah, again, I wanted to make it consumer friendly. I wanted to reach the masses.
Right.
I wanted to make it affordable where people could just put it on any controller. We looked at the idea of getting in the controller market, the margins, and then the limited accessibility to the average gamer.
Right.
Right.
Didn't appeal to me. I wanted to be able to get it out because I knew that this is a healing device, that this is going to help a lot of people out there that have sore thumbs that want to play still. And we didn't even talk about the ones that have disabilities.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
I can't tell you how many families that we've helped out with that. And one of my goals is once we get out there, is I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of those different companies, nonprofits, and helping them out with that as well.
That's
awesome.
great, dude. That's awesome.
Well, we don't want to take up too much of your time. We know you're busy trying to get your product out there and everything. where can people go and get your product at? Do you have a website, Facebook, Instagram, all the good stuff?
Thank you, Chip. Yes, we do. All you got to do is go to www.magcongaming.com, and then on the bottom, you'll see all of our socials. If you're interested in picking up a product for yourself or your family, just go to the upper left-hand tab and scroll down to where it says Contact Us. Reach out to us, and I'd be happy to give you a code where you can get a 25% discount for your first purchase.
Oh, there you go.
Absolutely.
Right there. Go contact him, and you can get 25% off. We will link the website in the description below.
And I want to get you a
Absolutely.
code for you guys to give to your friends and family as well as personal code. So we'll work that out later.
Okay.
Absolutely,
That'd
man.
be great.
And thank you so much for joining us, man. It's really cool. One quick
Right.
question, though.
Yeah.
And this is a personal question for me. Does it come in purple?
It does.
It does come in
does
purple, so I'm
purple.
good then.
And I
I'm
got
good.
a purple set for you.
My man.
actually.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm going to cover you with that. Don't worry about it.
Awesome, buddy. I
And,
appreciate you,
we
man.
actually got pink coming out too now.
Hey, there you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
the girls love
awesome.
the pink. So.
That's awesome.
And I know
Awesome,
Chip's
man.
like, what's your favorite color?
I'm a yellow guy.
You're a yellow guy?
I'm a yellow guy.
Well, I do
So-
got purple and I got yellow. So make sure after we finish this interview here, you pop over and visit Jason and you tell him I got one for you.
I
All
got
right.
you, bro. Thank
All
you
right,
so
guys.
much, man. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate you spending some time with me, guys. Appreciate you bringing me over. I really do.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
We appreciate you. We appreciate you joining us. Want to kind of maybe get you on a little later for a little more long form. Because we're all busy.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we gotta. I've got 100 more questions that I'd like to ask.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that at a later time. Ladies
Absolutely.
and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today here at Movement Radio. I am Chip Hazard,
I'm Talon Williams.
Bobby Derwin.
and this is Movement Radio.
God's plan.